Okay, hello. Next project. We are going to put a picture of us, of ourselves, on the homepage, on your homepage of WebStarts. So it's going to look something like this. Okay. And so we need to go to Photo Booth to take the picture. Then we're going to go to Photoshop to do some editing. Okay. And then we're going to go to our website, and I'll show you how to upload an image. So this will be something that goes on the home page. See, I'm up here on the home page. All right, so I'm going to go to the rocket ship launchpad, F4. Come on now. And I want to find photo booth. And you want to take a picture. All right, which I did. Okay. And you want to decide which picture you're going to use. You click on it, go down here, and make sure that the picture that's clicked, you add to photos. See what I did? Got to add it to photos. And then we're going to go back to the launch pad. And now we're going to look for Photoshop. Make sure you open up the Photoshop that says 2017, the light blue one, the lighter blue one, okay? You're going to have two versions of Photoshop. Make sure you do this in 2017. Creative Cloud, CC 2017. So that the version that you're using matches up with the training video, okay? So let me just close this out right now. And if you get this opening screen here, you want to click Open right there. But if you don't see this for some reason, you could also go File, Open. And then you want to, on this left side here, where it has your favorites, then it has devices, shared, has media. Find photos. And you should see photo booth photos that you added to photos. And pick one of those to open. All right, so there's our picture. And this is Photoshop. So the first thing I want to show you is up here, top right area, the panels area of Photoshop, there is the history panel. Open that up. That way you can see the things that you're doing and move back and forth. Kind of like using a controller Command Z, but it's more useful because you can go back and forth or up and down. All right, so what I got to do first is unlock the background right over here. Double click on that word background there, and then come up here and click OK. That gets rid of that lock sign. Okay, and you'll see that every time you open up a photo from a camera, you'll always get that background locked layer as the layer comes in on. So you gotta always do that. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to come over here to the tool panel, and I want you to find the second tool here, and it looks like a rectangle. And I want you to pick the elliptical marquee tool, the second one. So it has a little oval, dotted oval icon to it. Right up here, just to let you know, you can go to double or single. I'll always use single. So if you want yours to look like mine, just click that until it looks like that. All right. So we're on the elliptical marquee tool, and I'm going to go to the middle of my eyes, and in between my eyes, right on the bridge of my nose. And I'm going to hold down the Shift key and the Option key, and then I'm going to click, hold, and drag to the bottom right an oval, and then I'm going to let go of my mouse and then let go of my keyboard, of the Shift and the Alt key, to get that marching ant trail going around just my face, centered with my eyes. Okay. Then I'm going to go up here to select, and I'm going to inverse the selection. Select, inverse. Now you'll see the marching ant trail. It's also around the border of the image. Okay. Now I want to get rid of everything that's outside of that circle. So I'm going to hit the delete key. Okay. And now I want to get rid of all the excess checkerboard. But before that, I still see those marching ant trails moving around. So I'm done with selecting. So I want to deselect, which is going to be a keyboard shortcut called Command D, or go up here and go to deselect, which is Command D. Okay. So now I have nothing moving on my picture. I'm going to now go back to the toolbar, and I'm going to go down to the 5th tool. It's the crop tool. You'll use this a lot. And make sure that they're clear, that there's nothing here. Okay. It should say ratio. Have it say ratio. All right. Now I'm just going to come in and I'm going to do a tight crop. I'm going to carefully drag the top, bottom, left, and right borders of the image to the edge of my circle. And I'm going to come up here and click the check. Okay, that's pretty good. For zooming in and zooming out quickly, if you do a command number 0, it'll zoom into the screen, to the workspace area. If you don't want that, you can do a command 1, which will show you the actual size that it would be on a website. Okay. Actually, not on a website, just the actual size, and if it's printed. All right. So the next thing I want to do is I want to resize the image for my web page, because right now it's probably pretty big. So in fact, let's go take a look. So I'm going to go up to the image menu, and I'm going to come down to the image size, and I'm going to take a look. And this picture is almost 10 inches wide and high. That's pretty big for a web page. It's most of a screen. Well, I don't want it to be that big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change that. Whatever it says there. Yours might say 10, might say 8 point something, whatever it says. Make sure it says inches here though. And I want you to set the width to 4 inches. And notice when you do that, the height also adjusts. Doesn't matter, whatever it adjusts to, just leave it. But it will, since you have the ratio width to height tied in, locked in right here, it's going to adjust the other setting for you. You just do one side and it takes care of the other. We click OK. Now look at my image gets smaller. That's because I just made it half the size, less than half the size. All right, so now I'm ready to take this over to WebStarts, but so I have to save it. So I have to save the project. So I'm going to go up and say File, and I'm going to go Save As, and it's going to come in with the name of the image. It's going to add Photoshop document to it, because the format says Photoshop by default, and that's fine. But I don't want to call this. We're going to call this first, so 1stPic, and then FL for your initials. F is your first initial, L is the first initial of your last name. So F is the first initial of your first name, L is the first initial of your last name. Always put the FLs, your FL, at the end of a project name. So 1stPicFL, I'll always just use FL. And then the where you want to put it is in your Documents folder. So click Documents. So you've got 1stPicFL. It's a Photoshop document, .psd, so it's a Photoshop project, which is perfect. So we can go back to this if we ever wanted to and keep making changes. And then we have it going into documents. So I'm going to click Save. I already have one, so I'm going to replace it. And I'm going to click Don't Show This Again and click OK. Notice all this time over here, it's been listing the things that I've done. In fact, I want to drag this out so you can see more of the things. So it started when I opened up the file, and then it shows all the things I did. And what's nice is if I decide, oh, I want to go back to this place, or I want to go back to here, it's easy enough to do that. And then you just continue from that point on, and it gets rid of all this. If you think you might have overdone it, and you go, no, you know what, I do want to go back to this, and I do want to go back to that, I do want to go back to that. You know what, I just want to go right back to what I did. And then you just move up and down. So this is pretty useful. This is way better than Command Z and Command Shift Z, right? This is better. Photoshop's the only program that has this history panel, by the way. It's just a Photoshop thing. Anyway, I saved it, saved the image. Now what I need to do is export the image, save it for the website, because PSD file won't work on a website. So I'm going to go up here to File, and then I'm going to go to Export. And this is a new thing. It says Quick Export as PNG. That's a new thing in Creative Cloud 2017. I like that because that's exactly what I want. I want it to be a PNG, so click that. It should remember that you're in Documents and keep you there. But now it's created this file, 1stPicFL.png. I'm going to click Save. And I'm going to replace that too, because I already had that file. If I don't have this option, if you don't see that, then you could go down to File, Save for Web, or Export, Save for Web. Cancel that. Let's do it this way instead. You go File, Save As, and then instead of a Photoshop document, click this drop-down arrow, and you go down and find PNG, click that, and then click Save. It's going to be the same thing. Click Replace. Okay, click OK on these options. Good. So I'm done with Photoshop, and I can close Photoshop out. So I'm going to go over here and go Photoshop, quit Photoshop. And if it does that, just click Save. And I'm done with the photo booth. And now, go back here, show you how to add the file. So I'm going to log out. MrJaffe.net, go to Links, go to Web Starts, go to Login, log in. Oh, that again. Web Start's always trying to sell you something. All right, I'm going to go edit the site. I should be in my home page. Get rid of that. Okay. And I'm going to go up here to Insert, Image. And then I'm going to go to Upload. And I'm going to go to Documents. And I'm going to look for the 1stPicFL.png. I'm going to open that. I've got two because I already did this, all right? You'll only have one. And then I'm going to insert that. So I'm going to click on it and go Insert File. And there is my picture. I can move it around. The guides will help you line it up. Just put it right in the middle near the top of the body. So just below the header.